the neck. We set the trends. CLE be the band.
Welcome to another episode of Corner to Copa. I am here with my co-host, Coach. The Tigers fall 6-1 in Cleveland, and are now the series is knotted up at one game with the do or die final game coming up tomorrow at 1:00. So, we will have to deal with another game during the day when most of us are working. Been a long day, and I think the Tigers could have helped it a little bit by eliminating the Guardians, but missed opportunities is the name of the game, as well as some questionable decisions on the base paths and by the manager. But yeah, Coach, how are you feeling all in all when it's all said and done?
I mean, there's so many second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth chances you can get before, you just feel like, damn, it's just not meant to be today. I mean, from the very first inning, we had runners on, we had traffic on, and when it mattered most, nobody really stepped up. And then your point too about the decisions later in the game. Obviously, we'll go over those, but those were also very odd, all of a sudden, out of character, out of pattern, if you will. So disappointing for sure. And this was actually, in my opinion, a preventable, I don't want to say loss, but at least this game should have been going to extra innings, I think, at the very minimum.
Yeah, so very odd play, very weird play that completely killed the rally. We are obviously, we are good for that first to third advancement. And, 9 times out of 10 it works, but this time it burned us. And Riley Green's crossing home plate, probably slowing up to not, over exude himself a little bit. But in the process, Zach McKinstry gets tagged out at third on a non-force play. So he could have stayed at second. Then we would have stayed at first, I believe. And no harm. The inning continues. Who knows where we go from there? But instead, he gets tagged out on a pretty close play where it on the third base, or the rookie center fielder, throws, it makes a decent throw to third base. McKinstry gets tagged out on his helmet, just barely doesn't get his hand in there, and Riley Green does not cross in time. They had him side by side to see what happened first, and McKinstry gets tagged out first, and that stopped the rally. And the Cubs, our guy Pays in the building. The Cubs are also going to a game 3 against the San Diego Padres, so they are in the same boat as us. But there were some other things that happened in the game. Some sub outs that were highly scrutinized, and some just interesting pitching situations. But before we get to that, the game 1, the Tigers did win 2-1, which I don't think we reported on, but we won 2-1 in that game. Tarek Skubal went 7 innings, pretty good performance. I can't even remember how we scored. Do you remember how we scored yesterday?
All small ball stuff, really. Skubal, I think, set a career high of strikeouts, 13 or 14 Ks, and 7 1/3 or 7 2/3. Yeah, 7 2/3. Because Wilvass came in and pitched the last out of the 8th, and then went one, got 3 in the 9th. That was obviously nerve-wracking. Team went 1 for 8 in scoring position, leaving 6 on base. So again, they had opportunities in that game to add on and couldn't, but somehow made that 2-run, paltry 2 runs stand some way, somehow, heading into today. But I kind of felt like after the first couple innings where they failed to score today in scoring position, it felt like a lot like yesterday. I'm like, it's like, great, here we go again, white knuckle riding it all the way to the bitter end. So But yeah, let's be real. Both these teams right now are in a funk, and it might be playoff baseball, but this is really ugly baseball, including some of the errors we've seen today.
Yeah, so in the game yesterday, it looks like Torkelson had an RBI single, and then Zach McKinstry had the RBI sacrifice bunt that played at the second.
It was like a safety squeeze, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, the what made the ninth inning so nerve-wracking yesterday was the play where Jose Ramirez hits a ball through the box. Javi Baez fields the ball from the ground, throws it. It bounces. Torkelson's not able to corral it. It's an overthrow. Ramirez gets to third base. Eventually, somebody hits it to Will Vest. Jose Ramirez goes too far, ends up in a pickle. We get out of it. Ultimately, we win the game. So that was yesterday. Today, you can kind of get into where things went awry. We were up, 2-1? We were up 2-1. We were up 2-1.
They wiped. Well, after McKinstry was overturned to an out, it wiped the second run off, so we never scored more.
So we never got to the second run, but initially on the scoreboard it said 2-1 because initially Green was supposed to have scored. They took it back, so it was only 1-1, and then they go to Melton, correct?
Yeah, it's actually interesting because I believe, trying to see where the pinch hit was in order first, if that came beforehand. Yeah. So before this, we'll go to the seventh inning, and Riley Green gets pinch hit for. This is before the pitching, whatever you want to call it, in missed decision. So with Gleiber started the inning getting hit. Carpenter single, putting in first and third. Torque flied out, so you got one down. Now would have been Riley. Runners on the corners, one out, and AJ pinch hits him for Jahmai Jones. On paper, this is a move we would expect. Just numbers, not taking into consideration who the players are. If he's playing the system, he's playing the numbers. This would make sense from that standpoint. But actually, on the way home, listening to some previously recorded Valeni on 97.1, he made a point. He goes, "This is your superstar as a non-pitcher. Your superstar, right? You're telling me that if you went to another major market club and say, hey, I'm going to pinch hit Aaron Judge for Jahmai Jones, or I'm going to pinch hit Juan Soto for Judge, or I'm going to pinch hit Kyle Schwarber for Jahmai Jones," that manager would be fired before they could finish the game.
Yeah, I mean, I get the example that you're doing. I get the example, but we know how about bad Riley Green is. You see clear as day who's got the most runners left on base, which of course he's going to get the most opportunities in the 4-hole. But Riley Green has been really bad. I think that, as I can't knock him for this one just because of how Riley Green has been and how clutch and big Jahmai Jones has come up. I think that he obviously looks like a genius in that situation, and you probably are just really, you probably don't say, why didn't we go to Jones if Green inevitably strikes out, but you still look like you're still, Riley Green is gonna look bad in that situation. So I don't know. Of course it looks bad in hindsight, and Green did get a hit today, but he's done nothing in high leverage situations. Nothing. The reality is he was probably going to strike out regardless. But I don't know. He's our superstar. He's kind of who you win or lose by. So that'll be something that he's critiqued about. But I don't know. I mean, if there was ever an opportunity, for Jones to get to get a shot. That was it right there. So I don't know.
It is just kind of odd because again, it's on the name on the paper. You would say, "Oh hell no, that's never happening." Not over my dead body, but on paper, based on this system and their approach of being analytics, it makes sense. It makes very logical sense. So you're like, well, damn, like, but at the same time, too, it had been mostly Carey being pinch hit for. Then over the last month or so, you saw him to get one opportunity here, and then maybe a few more during the following week, and then maybe another one. He stayed in too the other day for game one, stayed in against lefty. I think he got a base hit, but I think the most intriguing part of this is while it was happening in real time today, Riley was just coming off a double his last at bat. So
that's where it
but
looks bad
yeah.
against a righty, but I don't
True.
know.
Yeah.
Riley's been so bad. He is just
Yeah. That's what makes this decision now at this juncture of the year like intriguing and from all sides. But we're taking that splice out of the game here. So yeah, that'll be talked about for a while. Jones struck out, and then Wenciel Perez, who I think I need to reiterate needs to see the fucking bench. This guy, look, he laid down a sack bunt the other day in a big spot, needed it, but he's not putting the ball in play, and there's no rhyme or reason why Malloy shouldn't get a crack as a righty and then bring Perez off the bench in a pinch hit roll to hit from the left side against a righty.
which Malloy did get an opportunity late in the game, and if we load the bases, I mean, we were jumping ahead, but we end up loading the bases again in the ninth inning, and he takes a fastball essentially right down the middle. After work the count to 3-0, and then I think he took the next three strikes. I don't know if he swung or not. He didn't swing on 3-0. I know that, but so yeah, he did end up getting he did end up getting an opportunity, but talk to us about the Melton situation though.
So yeah, now we fast forward a little bit. We're now into the eighth inning. Still tied 1-1 after all this. And we had traffic on the half inning before, came away with nothing. All right, whatever. We move on. Melton comes in fresh. Now, mind you, Brant Herter was also up and warmed up and ready. So you had your options to go either way, depending on how Cleveland wanted to do it. Well, to start the inning, Cleveland had three left-handed batters coming up in a row. And unbeknownst to me, and I don't know why, Troy Melton comes into the game instead of Herter. Another move that goes against the trend and against the grain of analytics, which I think a lot of people are still confused about because there aren't really any analytics to support this move. Naturally, this would benefit Cleveland, and sure enough, it did. Kafis led off the ground out. Rocchio on an 0-2 pitch. Melton threw him a freaking meatball down the middle fastball. I missed badly, and he jacked it out. They take the lead. Gave up a double to Quan, double to Sheeman. Next thing you know, it's 3-1, and then J-Ram gets a 10-3 walk before Herter comes in, gets a ground out, fielder's choice before Bo Naylor tops it off with a 3-run homer, and within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batters, this game is effectively over in the eighth inning.
Yeah, that home run by Naylor, it looked like, I mean, first of all, he just kind of threw his bat out there and slapped at it. I don't know how. It went like 5 rows up. I mean, maybe the dude is just extremely strong, but that was kind of wild to me. Did you watch that in real time?
I saw a replay of it, but I saw the Rocchio home run, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, one Melton's a right-hander. 2, he's a rookie. What are we doing putting a rookie in that big of a spot?
No, it's time to be a hero. You look at his split. It splits for his righties and lefties. He's pretty equally strong against the both of them. That's the only thing I can look at to justify it is that, I mean, he had pretty good splits versus either side. He doesn't necessarily have a weakness. I mean, they have a opponent average of 200 as opposed to 182 versus righties. So I don't know. It definitely came back to look really bad considering the situation. And yeah, so by that point, we're down 6-1. We appear to be dead in the water, but of course we're not. We continue to manufacture and put runners on, but in the end, to no avail. We don't get it. We have another. We went into the ninth inning with 12 and end the game with 15 runners left on, and you just cannot do that and expect to win. So at least the Guardians hit some balls out of the infield this time, because that was just kind of sickening to witness how they, damn near won the game yesterday. So it sets the table for game number 3. Before we get to that, let's get to the first commercial break. All right, Coach, who are the probable starters for tomorrow?
Looks like it's going to be Jack Flaherty, oh boy, against Slade Sassoni for Cleveland.
Who the hell is that? I guess it doesn't really matter because they do what they do, but I mean, it's pretty obvious what we need to see. I mean, the pitching, all in all, hasn't been bad, I guess. I mean, obviously the one yesterday, they gave up 1 run. They gave up 6 today, but it was really just in a kind of an implosion of one bad inning, where our rookie quarterback, our rookie pitcher went up against 3 straight lefties when they had a warmed up and ready lefty prep to go. So I'm sure AJ has I'm sure he was asked about that. I'm not sure what he concocted as an explanation for it, but at any rate, the pitching hasn't been horrible. It's been the hitting that has let us down. Is the guy that's probable for tomorrow? He's a righty.
Yes, he is a righty. 26 years old. He's faced us twice. I was just combining some of his numbers here. We saw him once. And he saw us in Detroit late May, and then at home on July 4th, he started. He's actually technically he's 1-1, but 12 innings pitched, 11 hits, 4 walks to 11 strikeouts, only 3 total earned runs. Only 3 runs in total as well. And he's given up 3 home runs. So he is a little susceptible to the long ball. So I'm hoping we can take advantage of it, because Lord knows if it's not going over the fence, we're having a hard time getting that damn run across home plate.
Yeah. So tomorrow you will likely see another lineup of Meadows, Torres, Green, Carpenter, Torque, Dingler, McKinstry, and Sweeney. Maybe Javi. Javi's probably our best. Javi's probably been our best hitter. What do you want? 2 for 4 today? You went 2 for 4 with an RBI. Who had the RBI today? I think it was Javi, wasn't it?
No, I think you're right, because McKinstry had the other one the other day.
Torque had one, I guess, and
Baez had the RBI.
Yeah. So Javi's, we'll take 2 for 4 from Javi all day. So I feel like I think he's a better option at this, even though he looked awful in the one at bat where he just swung at a slider in the dirt. Then he tried the weirdest attempt at a bunt after that first swing, where he just kind of seemed like he gave up, like, ooh, that didn't feel good. Let me just try to drop a bunt down. But so I think Javi, even defensively, gives you a better chance at winning. So we'll probably go that direction, and McKinstry at third. And
give me Jahmai Jones, man. Put Carey in the field and put Jahmai in over Perez. His splits are fairly even against righties and lefties. I know it's 4-1 left to right in terms of the at bats, but I mean, 280 with a triple and 2 doubles on 7 hits, 6 RBIs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got to be a better option than Wenzel Perez at this point.
Perez is 0 for 5 this series in runners in scoring position, and we noted his struggle over the last really month and a half, maybe even 2 months, nearing the end of the regular season. You can't keep rolling out. He essentially is a rookie, right? Am I not mistaken? At least for us, he's a rookie this year.
No, he came up in May last year, May last year.
Okay.
So he
All right.
played
So
most of the year.
First full season with the big league club. Yeah, I mean, Jami's been big and clutch for us getting into the postseason. I think you need to make that move. It's not a sign of panic. It's just a matter of who's been better for you late, who's been hotter for you late, and you got to ride that. And a team that's struggling on both sides. Granted, we gave some of these runners up today that added on to some of the home runs and whatnot, but man, when you're struggling to score runs, you got to go with who's hot. There's no reason to keep beating your head against the wall. You've proven 2 games in a row. It's just not working, at least with the starting lineups.
Yeah, and what's the worst that can happen? He goes 0 for 5 like Wenzel Perez has been doing anyways. I mean, maybe you lose a little bit in defense compared to what Carpenter to Perez. I mean, obviously Perez is more athletic, but you got to put the best hitters out there. You scored 2 runs and 1 run in the last 2 games. So something's got to give. You look at the splits. Obviously, it's 1-to-4 ratio, or he's seen 4 times as many lefties as righties, but he's hitting 280. He still managed 6 RBIs. He's walked a handful of times. He's only struck out 4 times in those 25 at bats. So
he damn near has an 800 OPS from the right side.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, the OPS is 800. Like, at this point, it's like, what are we doing here? Please make it make sense.
And by the way, he's hitting 356 this year in day games with over 1,000 OPS.
He's a numbers guy, though.
This whole series was screaming for him.
Yeah.
By your point, if you're going by the analytics, this series was screaming for him to see every at bat he could in this first few games.
Can you see what I highlighted here?
Yeah, there you go.
Bro, 407.
Yeah. And he's still hitting almost 300 with runners on in general.
1293 OPS with runners in scoring position. And I'm sure some of those were against righties. At least one of them's got to be against righties.
Those are pinch hit situations.
I said, he's got 4 RBIs. What, 4 RBIs against righties? Yeah, no. 6 RBIs against righties. So some of those were in high leverage scoring position situations. And okay, you don't like the righty matchup with Jones. Put him in the 9-hole. Bring Javi up. I mean, Javi's a big money guy. Javi's another high lever, another guy that gets the job done with runners in scoring position. If you just can't bear to, if you're scared to put Jones in, just put him in a 9-hole.
And here's another little twist to this. I scrolled up a little bit to see. Don't use him as a pinch hitter. I know he's had some big moments as a pinch hitter. He's only hitting 212 this year in 33 at bats as a pinch hitter.
Yeah, and that's normal, and that's where he got the nod today in a pinch hitting opportunity. I mean, who is good in pinch hitting? Yeah, he
hits over 2. If he's hitting 212 in 33 at bats as a pinch hitter, and he has collectively over 120, that says he's hitting well over 300 when he's not a pinch hitter. To be hitting 287 and only a quarter of your at bats or less are that bad as a pinch hitter, bro, come on. You got to be damn near 350.
Yeah, it's not like you're replacing him. It's not like we're asking you to replace him with Riley Green, who you obviously felt wasn't, capable of getting the job done. We're asking you to replace him with Wenzel Perez, who's given you here and there. He makes a good defensive play, or he came up in a big spot, or you said he had a bunt the other day.
Yeah. He did lay a sack bunt. Yeah.
But other than that, it's like your most electric and like clutch player is just rotting on the bench. Like, I don't know. You got to let him to, I mean, in reality, he probably should have got more opportunities coming into this so that he would be more equipped to face a righty. But now, yeah, now with the game on the line, I guess you stick with. I don't know. Is it now time? Is it now time to hit the panic button, throw him in there, or do you just play your cards the way you always have, and if you live by it and die by the same decisions? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, with the decisions he made, the Mountain one aside, the Riley one. I mean, I don't know how you walk back from that extreme of an approach by subbing out arguably your best player. Certainly an impactful bat along with Carey, but it's not a panic button. It's not like you're losing, 6-4 or 7-5. Like you're not having problems scoring runs. You need the guys that are putting the ball in play the most right now to give you the best opportunity. Just hell, give you 3 runs.
I only say panic because we have yet to see Jahmai Jones even just in a regular Thursday matinee game start against a righty. So to see him do it with the season on the line would just appear a little like F it, to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, then what happens? They go to a lefty and then you pinch hit him. Okay, he served his purpose. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I feel like it has to be. If you start breaking all of your rules against the analytics and things, just then it does look like panic, because you've completely abandoned your system at that point and you're trying and grabbing at any old piece of straw that you can grab to try and pull yourself out of the hole, but too little too late usually by that point in time. So yeah, I say you start him. There's no reason not to. Like you said, he's gotten us to this point with some really big clutch at bats the last few weeks of the regular season. Perez just doesn't have it, and we've kind of known that for at least a few weeks now. So it's not a knock on the kid. Younger player, you got a lot of younger players still on this team. Melton's a rookie. Again, I don't know if I'd be putting him in that situation. I don't know if it's tied to the reason why you decided to put Job in last year in Houston, and that did not work out well either. So
no, it didn't.
maybe we just back off on throwing the rookies in for the playoffs. Maybe that's a thought as well.
Yeah, I mean, going into the playoffs, he was one of the people that I said, hey, I trust him. I mean, just based off of the numbers. You look at the numbers, he's got a good opponent batting average. He's got a sub-3 ERA. I mean, all things would suggest that he's equipped to do well in that situation. But, hey, the moment was just too big, and ultimately it burned us. Yeah, definitely burned us today. So let's get into the last break, and then we will wrap things up. All right, Coach. How you feeling going into this final game? I mean, was that our chance right there? Are we dead? Are we dead in the water now, or what?
I mean, yeah, if he makes some of those decisions offensively, we might still have a chance. But if he goes to the same old, and Flaherty goes out there tomorrow, I think we're cooked. I mean, if that's what we're going with, same old, and Flaherty. Flaherty's 0-3 against Cleveland in 3 games this year. They own him, so that's not good. 3 games pitched, he's not seen deeper into the 5th inning in any start. 11 hits, 7 earned runs, 2 home runs, 7 walks to 18 strikeouts allowed. Looking at the game log here, his last 2 starts were against Cleveland too. So, like Scooble, they know this guy back like the back of their hand. So, yeah, 83 pitches and 4 1/3 on the regular season series finale in Cleveland. Home against Cleveland the week before, 95 pitches in 5 innings, and then you go back to late May where he went 6 2/3, 3 hits, 3 earned, still 3 walks, 8 Ks, but needed 108 pitches to get there, and still lost in that game as well. So yeah,
Which
not a
means
great
we gave
start.
him nothing. Because how do you
Correct. He scored nothing that game. Yeah.
If he lost, if he didn't even get a non-decision, we scored less than 3 runs.
Here, I'll add a little bit to the salt in the wound here in terms of lack of run production. Guess how many runs support he's been given? And even when he's not been in the game as the pitcher on record, but just for that entire game. So 3 full entire games into Guardians this year for Jack. How many runs do you think we gave him in support?
In 3 games?
Yes.
5?
1.
What?
We've got skunked twice when he's pitched, and we gave him 1 run in the very last game of the regular season in Cleveland. So that's why I think we're ultimately double effed. We can't score for this guy. He can't beat them, and we just can't score against these guys, period, in the last 3 weeks.
Well, you gave me no confidence going into this game, but
hey, that's the numbers tell you. Aren't we following our fearless to be a contract extended manager into the depths of hell?
I mean,
we're all in this guy together.
I'm a numbers guy too. But
I mean, besides that, I don't know how you can throw a guy out there who's 8-15 and has been an absolute fucking train wreck all year. Sorry, what he did for the World Series was not with your team. And I don't know if you noticed after we traded him, he's been bad for the last 390 days of the year. He's been bad.
So who would you have gone with if you could have the guy start?
What's your bullpen day?
Just do a bullpen day. Okay, so who would you put as just?
Well, you pitched Holton today, so that's, you pitched Holton and Herter. So I don't know if you can really do that right now, because I know we're talking about rosters. I don't think Bailey Horn's even on the roster.
I mean, it's essentially the last game of the year, so I think that you kind of see everybody empty the tank, because this is it. I mean, you figure it out beyond. You get some rest. Well, I think the next game starts Saturday.
Would be Saturday, yeah.
So everybody will be rested by that point, right?
Everyone will have an off day Friday for the travel day. Yeah, I'd go, because of the fact that J-Ram is better from the right side than the left. You start Kiter, Montero. I mean, maybe Flaherty does come in the game at some point, but
you make it to where he turns to the left.
Yeah, we want Ramirez hitting from the left side, preferably.
And is that a better deal than working to Kwan's strong suit?
Well, that's kind of the problem. This team, I mean, you naturally have more righties, so the fact that Kwan's a lefty and J-Ram switch hitter, it's kind of the pick your lesser of two evils. And frankly, it's more situational with Kwan to put a lefty in, because as soon as you do that, J-Ram's going to the right side, and that's an advantage for him. So the impact with J-Ram is bigger, considering his track record, than risking it with Kwan, who we know is a tiger killer. But I think you have to respect J-Ram more than Kwan at that point. I say go Kiter, couple innings, then you can go lefty. Then if you feel to it, maybe Flaherty for an inning or two, just to help get you down to the later part of the game, as long as it's still, not worse than tied. It's just kind of my approach, which that way you can keep Finnegan, who finally pitched well today. Thank God. We needed that, some reassurance that he's not a complete train wreck himself. So you still have him invest in those guys in the back end. And I'm sorry, after today, Melton, unless you're in the 19th inning tomorrow, he doesn't see the mound either.
No, yeah. And Rafael Montero didn't pitch today. So
So you have a lot of guys there.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, why can't our one switch hitter be as good as Jose Ramirez? Because Wenceel Perez, I don't want to see him on either side. Is there a middle side that he can try? Because left and right,
softball, the extra hitter.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if we get to 4 runs, I know 5 has been the number we've been harping on for now, given their crazy record for it.
I forgot about that.
you just get me to if you give me to 3 runs, I tell you we have a chance. If we get to 4 runs, I'm telling you, I feel I'm at like a B, like an 8 out of 10. I am feeling like we have a good as chance as anyone. But again, it depends. If we're down 4-8 in the 8th inning, it doesn't really matter. So.
Yes. Okay. So no more comments here. So in conclusion, the Tigers will be on at 1:00 tomorrow. So please tune in, and yeah, you will likely get up some type of post-game show from us at some point. Hopefully we're in a jolly mood. No pun intended. It just happened to work that way. But yeah, please subscribe to Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube. Also, you can subscribe to Corner to Copa. We have created that channel. I've been dragging my feet on getting the link into the description so that you guys can start subbing over there, because once our Tiger season is over, we'll be right into the off-season portion of it. So hopefully that is later on down the line than sooner. But appreciate you guys for tuning in and hanging on with us all year round. We are now 2 full seasons in.
Man, it's flown.
It's crazy. Yeah. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are up out of here.
Get your leg back. If a nugget do something